elites of the north, they are used to sharing oil blocks. The people are neglected. It is the interest of northerners to get their governance back to themselves also, to set up cattle ranches, to do many things that they need to do. When Ahmadu Bello was premier of a northern region, the north was developing at a very fast pace. Almost all the things happening in Ibadan was happening in Kaduna at that time. There is no difference. It's just the fear of fear that is the problem. Then as for lobbying, look, you only lobby when you think of something personal interest to you. I have no personal interest. I don't need to pay some people to go and speak to somebody. These are no open requests for goodness of the whole country. What lobbying do we have to do again? Okay, if the boy like Petros has made a strong case, we are all members of the same political class. Why do I have to lobby President Akpabio? Why? We are contemporaries. Are we not the same age? What do I need to beg him? I don't need to beg him at all. He's patriotic and patriotic too. He should even be the one to say, look, I want the best for this country. And President Tinubu also have always said so. His name will go down in history as the good president if he spend the next 6-7 months to bequeath a good country where Abuja is not the center of power. He will retire to Bodilon Street and be the father of modern Nigeria. We don't need to beg him. It's left for him to do what he wants. It's his choice. If he does it, he will be praised. If he doesn't do it, the consequences are there. We all know what happened to Buhari. Now, people are rejoicing that he died. I wouldn't do that. But people know what is good. You have to trust my judgment that we need a decentralized Nigeria. Instead of one center where everybody is coming to fight ADC versus APC, can we have 6 centers of emphasis in terms of how to deliver goodness to the people? Must you come to Abuja to secure driver license, wedding license, to repair roads? Why must you do that? There are some minimal things that just have to decentralize. And we have to trust people who are leadership now in the Petros, that they know what is right. Okay, I've benefited. Without Western region, I could not have been where I am now. I went to UI with Western region scholarship, Cocoa Marketing Board. I enjoyed the regional effect. And I've been in federal service since I left. So I know what I'm talking about. And we have to have trust. And many of us don't really want positions anymore. We are not competing. We are not running for governor, nothing. We just want to leave a good legacy. And that is what Emeka Anyaoku was doing. For him to stand on his 2 legs for 2 days, I must commend him seriously. That effort should not go in vain. Nobody should doubt his integrity or his sincerity of purpose. Absolutely. The National Assembly and the political class, they need to now be told that the game is up. There is no longer time for rigmarole. There is now an alternative framework for governing Nigeria. What they have been doing is to waste Nigerians' time, to amend 400-page documents that is so unwieldy that is just job for the lawyers. The country, they are proposing 12 new states. They are proposing 31 new states. So we're going to have 60 governors, each of them drawing security vote. When the country is bankrupt and we are owing 150 trillion naira, the game is up. Honestly speaking, if they have decorum and they are civilized, they should call for a special hearing for the leadership of the patriots. We need the next 1 or 2 weeks for them to actually hear out the details of the presentation of the patriots. That's the only patriotic thing to do. No other alternative at all. If they continue preventing and pretending that, oh, they are amending constitution. Let me warn, in Romania, leadership was flushed out. The voice of reason is on now. They better listen. Otherwise, the youths, we have to take over from where the elders are not able to speak. That's just my opening statement. All the patrons are saying is that we need to restructure the document. It's a word processing something. Separate all issues of federal government from those of the second tier. Put it, the Bible has Old Testament, New Testament, clear. Instead of one big amorphous document. That's what Petros is calling for. Elections, can you get a form for 20 million, 50 million? Is that right? Anyway, the bottom line is that the patrons have presented alternative. Can you imagine a 92-year-old man standing for 2 days on his feet? It was broadcast on Zoom. Everybody was saying it. What level of patriotism can match that of Chief Emeka Yaoku? That some small boys in National Assembly will say, oh, they are doing restructuring. I think we have to take ourselves very serious. If they don't take Chief Emeka Yaoku serious, then there will be consequences. I know that for sure, sooner or later.
Well, Dr. Fakunda, you know that the legislators are elected and they do have the mandate of the people. Part of what they have done towards having the constitution reviewed is to have to set up public hearings in all the geopolitical zones of the country. Have you, as a group, the Patriots, have you tried to be part of the public hearing, or what you are insisting on is that you should be specially invited so that you can make your presentations to the National Assembly? What will you have them do regarding your recommendations?
No.
Go on, sir.
Viewers, we are all Nigerians. Look, I am 71, going to 72. I could have been in the Senate if it's for right. Since 1999, we have been on rigmarole. It was 100 billion naira every cycle. We don't even know how much they are spending now. Okay, the hearing in Lagos, they were given only 2 hours to talk. Is that who is going to travel to Lagos from Adekiti, from Ikare, to come and look for one hearing when they have collected Tony advance and they are spending money? They are occupying the hotels. It's a sham. Let's just be honest about it. The patrons believe we need fundamental restructuring of the document. The document, which is 400 pages, so-called 1999 constitution. We need to restructure the document to separate various issues to compartments so that to be clear, a constitution should be able to be picked up by students and memorized. 30 pages. So what they are doing, I'm a Nigerian too. I know what's been happening all these years. They just wasted our time. Okay, fine. Let's give them respect. They've done their hearing. The real hearing now is to hear the patrons out. We don't need Chief Yaoku to be coming to beg them. They are the one to accord him a civilized invitation and his leadership to come and present an alternative process, methodology to change Nigeria to them. You should not beg for it if they know what is good.
That's okay, Dr. Fakunda. But also talk to us in relation to what you have been saying about the survey that you put out, that your group put out lately regarding the National Constitutional Conference. Share your voice is what you have called Shape the Nigeria's Future. Towards what you had between the 15th and the 17th. I saw the analysis of that survey, but then only slightly more than 400 people responded. You did explain that, those came from the WhatsApp group of members of the Patriots group that they sent out. Now you have analyzed what each respondent said. Can you share the submissions with us, and how do all these lead to your desired, pathway, which is essentially, ultimately, to have a referendum? Referendum about what, and what did this, result of the survey say to you?
Honestly, I was so impressed by Nigerians. We used to think that we are very lazy-minded, that we cannot read, we cannot answer questions, only 2 pages is enough. When we designed the questionnaire in the secretariat, in the resolution committee led by Barrister Ozekome, there were 61 questions that were designed to the questionnaire, 61, and 13 pages of online document. It's not just Patron member. We circulated to all these committees of the 6 zones of the country, and people responded faithfully. People were talking, maybe we are going to get only 20, 30, but we got 400 in 3 days. No advertisement on television, just quietly. And the result is so impressive that Nigerians want a change. Almost all the questions were answered to the point of 70%, 80%, 90% yes. Do we want the country to be in 2-tier government? 1st tier federal, 2nd tier transnational? 80% say yes. After life be better under the constitution, 90% said no, it will not be bettered. Do we want devolution of powers to the subnationals? Over 80% say yes. Do we want security architecture to be decentralized? Over 80% say yes. Almost all the issues were, and people fill these questions faithfully. Different levels of qualification. People with school certificate holders, with master's holders, with PhD holders across the country. If we now have the money to say Nigerians go online, and we will expect maybe 5 million to fill the questionnaire, we'll see the result. In fact, technology will make voting referendum very cheap and easy. We did not spend 1 kobo to do that, what we have seen now. So it's a pilot survey. Nigerians will respond to positive questions, and they will give their views on issues. And that issue, that questionnaire, we have name, your phone number, where you reside, all details are there. It's not anonymous at all. I'm so impressed by Nigerians that we are not that lazy. We are interested in how we are governed. People will read, they will study, and they will make their views known if only they are given the chance. So I'm optimistic that Nigeria will respond if there's a call for referendum. If I need to be doing this kind of poll on all issues all the time, artificial intelligence tools are available to do analysis in real time. We are on to a very good start in this country. Things have to change.
I get your point. People can be very enthusiastic when it comes to referendum, but then the workability of what they are conducting the referendum on sometimes can turn out badly. An example will be the Brexit in the UK, when everybody thought, oh, let's leave Europe, let's leave the problem of Europe, let's stay on our own as far as a few areas of development, are concerned. Brexit scaled through, but we saw what has happened after that. It became unworkable. So when you say to people, particularly the youths, who do not seem to understand in precise terms, what these changes entail. Yes, they want changes, they want the country to be better, but do they actually want a return, like a flight of fancy, to the 1960-1963 constitution? Do they want a Nigeria that will become balkanized again, where you now collapse all the 36 states into regions, into 6 geopolitical zones, or 8 regions like the ones that you initially proposed? So people may show enthusiasm for change, but then when it comes to the actual letters of how the change will work, they may be confused. They may not even be very educated about what you are proposing. So therefore, what are the steps that you think will be practical and pragmatic to get to the destination that you desire? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is today the president, of course, once rooted for restructuring, and he will still argue that the sort of restructuring he has in mind at the moment is probably the type that the National Assembly is proposing. Let's start one step at a time. Review the constitution, reform the economy, one step at a time, and then let's see how it pans out. Why do you seem to have a different view? And what can you do if this does not fly, Dr. Fakunda?
Basically, the sovereignty belongs to the people. We cannot, unless we are into dictatorship and we say we know what is good for the people, and that is on a very dangerous slope. The will of the people is supreme. Once they are educated, issues are explained to them, then we have to trust the judgment of the people. It also have the matter of what sincerity of people who are leading. Nobody can fault sincerity of a person like Emeka Anyaoku. Even I, as small as I am, I was 27 years in federal service from 1975. I've lived all over the country. I've retired from government now 25 years. So I have 50 years of experience in government, federal government, and then on my own. You have to trust my judgment that we need a decentralized Nigeria. Instead of one center where everybody is coming to fight ADC versus APC, can we have 6 centers of emphasis in terms of how to deliver goodness to the people? Must you come to Abuja to secure driver license, wedding license, to repair roads? Why must you do that? There are some minimal things that just have to decentralize. And we have to trust people who are leadership now in the patrols, that they know what is right. Okay, I've benefited. Without Western region, I could not have been where I am now. I went to UI with Western region scholarship, Cocoa Marketing Board. I enjoyed the regional effect. And I've been in federal service since I left. So I know what I'm talking about. And we have to have trust. And many of us don't really want positions anymore. We are not competing. We are not running for governor, nothing. We just want to leave a good legacy. And that is what Emeka Anyaoku was doing. For him to stand on his 2 legs for 2 days, I must commend him seriously. That effort should not go in vain. Nobody should doubt his integrity or his sincerity of purpose. Absolutely.
I totally understand that, and I believe that most Nigerians also appreciate people like Chief Emeka Anyaoku and all the other eminent Nigerians in your group. But then you are not elected. There are elected, representatives of the people who are saying we are also consulting with our constituents, and this is what we think is
500 million.
It's best for. It's best for
500 million. I'll be in the Senate too. If I can sell my house, I'll be in the Senate too.
Yeah,
if I can steal money, let's face it.
But you will be representing your people. If you're in the National Assembly, you will be representing your people.
I can't go home. I can't go to Elisha. I don't have the money to buy my vote. I don't have the money at all. I have to be invited to come and render service. But for 100 million to collect form, to start going about, that's not workable. It's not. When you change the system, people like us will be invited for a track record. If I'm a senator in Abuja, I have my house I'm living in. I don't need I have my own car. Do I need to buy a Jeep for myself? Do I need to rent a house for 10 million per annum for myself? You see people really want to offer service. For now, it is just dog eat dog, and they are looking for money now to run for the next election. They are going about. Is that the way to run the country? They've not paid teachers in Abuja for almost 6 months, and we are doing a conference center for 39 billion. That center, to rent it for 8 hours, you need 32 million. Bola Ahmed Tinubu conference center in Abuja, you need 32 million to use it for 8 hours.
It has just been renovated.
Is that the right way to run the country?
It has just been renovated.
Yeah, you need 32 million.
Billion. They have
for 8 hours to rent it. Oh, okay. Who is going to use it? Nobody can use it unless you have government. No individual can pay. Patrons could not pay for the venue at all. We could not pay 32 million for 8 hours just to get the door open and stay inside for 8 hours. The country is overpriced. We are not on ground at all. We have to change what we are going in the wrong direction. And they were for 1 trillion naira to run for election. They got 400 billion last time. It ended up in a glitch. Now they were for 1 trillion to do election at this rate. Is that sustainable? It is not.
Okay, Dr. Fakunda, 2 questions here. First will be, patriots are elderly people. But then the changes that you are envisaging will be for the youths, for the younger ones. The changes that you want for Nigeria to experience for the next 10 years, 20, 30, maybe the next 50 years will be for the youth. How involved are the youths in all your propositions? Is this what you think they want? Or do they just want good, or shall we say better governance, without necessarily balkanizing the country and saying that you have been in a particular state, you are now fused with a zone because we only want 6 premiers or 6 vice presidents, depending on how you want it. Are we sure that this is what the youths are looking for? And the second part of it is similar. If we're looking for a country to run in a better way, with more accountability and with less stress, can't we just fix the country? Can't we just fix what is wrong with the country without necessarily, and fix the constitution, as the National Assembly is trying to do, without necessarily saying that until we return to 1963, progress is not likely?
Actually, the patrons are not dictating, they are not putting gun on the country. All the patriot is saying, please approve and kickstart a process through which Nigerians will debate what they want. The patriot is not produce a constitution that will start. We are not a military body. What the patriot is asking for is enact a bill that will make sure that people are elected. When they are elected, they might be given 3 to 6 months to debate all shades of opinion. Disabled, women, youths, university students will be involved in the process of shaping what will now be a new constitution. So the meeting is just to call attention of President Tinubu and the President of Senate, Akpabio. Please free us. Let us debate freely, openly, hoping that the end of the debate will be sovereign. Nobody will tamper with it. That's all the patriot is asking for. So if you make a law now to say from October 1, all Nigerians of all shades, you are free now legally to go and discuss how Nigerians should be governed, or everybody, you are given 3 months to produce a final document that you agree upon. That document that has all inputs of everybody will now be subject to a yes or no vote. Then that's it, everybody will be involved. So the patriots is not dictating the content. We are just, okay, these are some ideas to consider, not dictation. The real debate will start when the National Assembly enacts the law that authorizes the process and prescribe the end, and then finish before maybe May, June next year, so that 2027 elections will be based on an agreed framework that all Nigerians will have been involved. If all Nigerians decide and they made mistake, that's it. I mean, you leave consequences. In US now, they voted for Trump. They live for the consequences. That's what democracy is about. We cannot be afraid of consequences of decision. But Patriot is saying, give us the go-ahead, give Nigeria the go-ahead to go and debate, go and produce a document. That document is sovereign. It will not be modified by anybody. It will be enacted the way it is. So, what other opposition can you get more than that? That's legitimate. We will live by the result of that action when it's done. And I believe the Senate the House will do something along this line. They just have to do it. No more pretense about amendment again. None.
How much of lobby is involved in what you're doing? You have cited examples of what happens in America and elsewhere. But you know that in America, lobby is an important component of how democracy works. Are you beyond media attention, beyond these beautiful, perhaps fanciful ideas? Are there any on-the-ground moves that you are making to ensure that the National Assembly listens to you? And then secondly, because it is important, so that they do not think that what you are proposing not only will it make them irrelevant, but will also take them out of power. That's one. The second part will be that does it not appear as if the largest enthusiasm for what you are proposing is coming from the southern part of the country? And that may give some level of suspicion to the northerners to say that all this noise about restructuring, all this noise about let's change the 1999 constitution, all this noise about going back to 1963 constitution and setting, will it be to our advantage? If at this point it looks like there is a bit of a dichotomy between how northerners are responding to this call and the enthusiasm that is palpable from the south, do you think that you'll be able to push this as a national project?
Well, the North, they are the most important beneficiary of a decentralized Nigeria. Look, the northern gold, the North used to feed the South of all the food, tomato from Kano. They used to, during Audu Bako time in 74, 75, all the irrigated lands in Nigeria were in the North. But the elites of the North, they are used to sharing oil blocks. The people are neglected. It is the interest of northerners to get their governance back to themselves also, to set up cattle ranches, to do many things that they need to do. When Ahmadu Bello was premier of a northern region, the North was developing at a very fast pace. Almost all the things happening in Ibadan was happening in Kaduna at that time. There is no difference. It's just the fear of fear that is the problem. Then as for lobbying, look, you only lobby when you think of something personal interest to you. I have no personal interest. I don't need to pay some people to go and speak to somebody. These are no open requests for goodness of the whole country. What lobbying do we have to do again? Okay, if the boy like Petros has made a strong case, we are all members of the same political class. Why do I have to lobby President Akpabio? Why? We are contemporaries. Are we not the same age? What do I need to beg him? I don't need to beg him at all. He's patriotic and patriotic too. He should even be the one to say, look, I want the best for this country. And President Tinubu also have always said so. His name will go down in history as the good president if he spend the next 6-7 months to bequeath a good country where Abuja is not the center of power. He will retire to Bodilon Street and be the father of modern Nigeria. We don't need to beg him. It's left for him to do what he wants. It's his choice. If he does it, he will be praised. If he doesn't do it, the consequences are there. We all know what happened to Buhari. Now, people are rejoicing that he died. I wouldn't do that. But people know what is good. They know what is good, absolutely. So we rely on goodness. We are not carry money to a press consultant to go and pay somebody to go and see Senate President Akpabio. Why are we going to do that? If you send for somebody like me, I'm in Abuja, to brief him and we explain the idea, we look at issues. What's his legacy? We don't need to beg at all. I trust their patriotism. I trust they are good Nigerians. They are in a better position to change the country, to lower the temperature of competition. ADC, APC, they want to bring dagger, they want to bring knives, they want to kill each other on presidency. Who wants to be president? Saddam didn't want to come to Lagos those days. He wants to stay in Kaduna. I would like to be in Ibadan. Why am I coming to be in Abuja? So honestly, we want patriotism to count now, and we have no time.
Are you therefore suggesting that President Tinubu should sacrifice his second-term ambition for the good of Nigeria so that he can become an elder statesman and the father of modern Nigerian, given your proposition? Do you think that if he tries to seek a return to office for a second term, as we believe he's trying to, that it will jeopardize all that you are proposing? Is that what you're saying, sir?
What is a sacrifice? Does he want to buy another jet? He want to buy another aeroplane? To buy another car? Is the house in Bodilon not sufficient for him to live? Whether it take 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, what does it mean? Where is Mobutu Seko today? There is no reason. Look, his name is already on the wall as leader of Nigeria, symbolically, forever. Even Shonekan that spent 3 months is listed as former head of state. Do you want to be 30 years on the throne before you can do anything like Paul Biya in Cameroon? What's the meaning of that? Educated, refined people knows that you just eat the iron when it's hot. And you retire. Look at Mandela. Mandela is still revered all over the world today. It's not how long, it's how well. Nobody is going to beg President Tinubu to do what is right. It's left for him to decide. We are his best advisors. We are his best friends. To say you have done your best. He's got tax bill now. The next thing now is structuring bill. If he does those two, that is enough. When it brought Abuja, we remember him up to today, is it not? How many months did this stay in power? So we don't need to beg Tinubu. He's a good man. We are age groups. I'm same age as himself. So what am I looking for? What is he looking for that he has not got in this world? Is he going to marry a new wife again or what? I salute him, Sha. I respect him, my president. I know he will do what is right. He will do what is right.
He says
presiding over transactions
he wants
and all
a second term so as to consolidate on the gains of the reforms that he has started, and that 8 years will just be good to reshape Nigeria.
He might get it. Mm-hmm. He might get it. He might get it. If he gets restructuring through and he says, let me survive the restructuring, why not? Why not? But for him to continue the way we are going in 1999 constitution, these people will fight him to finish. He will fight them too. But lower the temperature of competition. Make Abuja to be less attractive. If you succeed in winning good enough, people will know that you are not there for any inordinate ambition, that you just want the best for the country. You don't need 12 private jets as presidency to he has his own private jet. Now what's the big deal? He has enough. God has blessed him sufficiently beyond expectation in this world. He should not play God. And if somebody doesn't want to thank God for his blessings, Providence has a means of teaching the person a lesson. I'm not threatening, I'm only begging, I'm only appealing. I'm a citizen and I believe he will do what is right. The voice of the people, the voice of reason is the voice of God.
Anyway, do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think. If this is your first time, do well to subscribe, all right? Thank you. I'm going to see you in my next video. Thank you and God bless you.